Hey ladies, I want to make a quick video of what comes in this kit. This is the bag, and the items that are included are a buffer block, which is logoed, a nail file, same deal there, cuticle scissors, nail scissors, same thing, an orange stick, I think you get 3, and the rubber cuticle pusher. And the nail wipe. And you can opt to either get this or not. The kit that includes it is $20. Here's the cuticle oil. There's also a kit that doesn't include it, and this is made with almond oil, so if you have any tree nut allergies, you can get the one without the oil and avoid the issue. I haven't used it yet, but I have smelled it, and it smells awesome. I've heard good things about it moisturizing your cuticles and keeping your nails healthy. So, anyway, this bag fits all these tools and even has room for your wraps, so you can slide these right in. So that's one way to store them. I have enough wraps at this point that I'm looking into storing it differently. I might store it in a photo album. That's a tip I got from some other consultants, just sliding it right in. So you can see what you've got left and vision how to mix and match them. So I want to show you the items that I think you can get by without, and then the ones that I really like. The buffer block that is included, I think, is pretty simple like any other buffer block, and if you already have one from a manicure set or a different company, this one's not anything special. The thing I do think is special about this is that it's logoed, so if you're taking your nail selfie, you got your hand like this, you can show off that you have Jamberry nails, and it's a Jamberry logo, so I think that's cute. I think it's important to have something in your hand so you don't take pictures like this with a claw. But other than that, as far as its use, it's really simple. You're just roughing up your nail surface before you apply the wraps. That one, if you have a buffer block, go ahead and use that one. Other thing I don't think is super duper important is the orange stick. The video for application made by Jamberry, the official one, shows this as a tool for lifting your wrap off of the clear backing. I can do an example. I'm doing it backwards. So to lift it off using this, to trim what you're not using and put back what you're not using, and then use this to kind of put it in front of the heat source. That is a great method. I personally do that exact thing with this, and I use the back of this right here. Also, the orange stick is helpful with the chiseled end. Let me see if I can rotate it. The chiseled end, like this, slanted, rather than this one that's just rounded. Or I guess pointed is a better word for that. Anyway, but this one slanted is helpful for pushing back your cuticles if they're, pretty stubborn. I do my cuticle pushing after showers because my cuticles are soft and my hands are warm, and it makes it easier to push them back without being uncomfortable. And I use the rubber cuticle pusher for that. That's just how I do it. If you want to use the orange stick, go ahead. Personally, I don't really care if I use it or not. This one is the bomb diggity. So let me get into the ones that I really like. The cuticle pusher, the rubber cuticle pusher, was the hardest thing to find before I got this kit. I did go out and buy a kit from the Dollar Tree. Here was my kit that I bought. It was $3 for this, and so I thought, oh yeah, good deal, which is fine, but this, the cuticle pusher was the thing I was looking for. That was the thing that was so hard to find out in the store. I actually only found one in Target, the entire store, and yes, of course, I looked at the entire store. I had a chance to go to Target. Just kidding. But anyway, and I went to Sally Beauty and I only found one cuticle pusher, and it was plastic, not rubber, which is more uncomfortable. So the cuticle pusher is super important. I think it's hard to find outside of the Jamberry kit. The other items in here are pretty much just standard. This kit, the scissors are really cheap. The thing I like a lot about these Jamberry scissors is that they cut straight. I don't know if it shows up on this camera very well, but this is a super duper straight cut. this joint here is well supported, so they don't separate. Like when you cut, it doesn't move the handles out. And sorry, I was listening out for what Amelia was telling me. And this one is curved, but not quite as curved as the scissors that came in my cheapie kit. And so with that, I had to kind of get used to the difference in the curvature. But I will absolutely get used to it, and I'm happy to do so because these are so much more precise. The only issue I had with them at all is that I cut off a very small piece of the wrap, and accidentally, when I cut the next time, I had left that piece of the wrap, the excess, teeny tiny piece, had left it on the scissors, and that part got pushed onto the back of the wrap. So when I went and applied it, it's actually on this finger, when I applied it, it bubbled up underneath because that part was stuck between the wrap and my nail surface. And so I thought it was an air bubble, and I tried to push it down, and I reapplied it and pushed it down again, and I quickly realized what had happened. My nail still looks good. Like, I don't think you can even tell looking at this video. Let me know in the comments if you can see it. But anyway, that was the only thing. Once I realized I had done that, I started cleaning this off every time I made a cut and just putting the excess on a paper towel. Worked for me. The nail file is the other thing in here that I think is actually really good quality, and would encourage me to purchase this again or to recommend other people to purchase it because this nail file is a better fit for the wraps. The nail file that I had before, first of all, is wearing out, and I've only used it for 2 applications. So I've used it on 10 fingers twice. It's wearing out already. This one is not wearing out. And I believe these are washable if you wanted to do that. That does help the longevity of your nail file. But the grit on this is the right amount for your nail wrap, because when I was filing in the downward motion on my nail wraps before, it was, with the other nail file, was ripping it in kind of a shredded pattern. Instead of making it smooth and beautiful edge and sealing it, it was tearing it. I think it was too rough. This is a little bit finer, not super fine, not like a buffer block, but it matches well. So Jamberry was smart when they chose this one to be the one they send with your kit, because it is the right grit for the job. So I like these. They send you several of them in the consultant kit. So same with the scissors. In my opinion, these scissors are bomb diggity. The reason that this kit is awesome. The cuticle pusher is hard to find, so you might as well get the kit. The only things that don't come in this kit that I would strongly recommend you get are tweezers. I use these to hold my wrap in front of the heat source before I put it on. And then also black tea. That's what I do for nail prep to change the pH level for my nails to be really, really dry before I put them on. So that's part of my prep. Separate video for that one. And then the other thing is a baggie, and this you wrap around your nail and twist really tight. I'll make a video on this eventually. This helps distribute the heat. So these are probably already in your kitchen. Put one in your Jamberry nail kit and use it to get those edges to be really, really on there and laid down. If you have curvy nails, you will definitely need that. The other thing that comes in this kit, it's actually the first thing you'll use, but the other thing that comes in it is the nail wipe. I personally have used these ones. These are much smaller, so this wipe will do all of your fingers and maybe even your toes if you're quick so it doesn't dry out. All it is an alcohol swab. It's just a bigger one. The ones that you get from your drugstore are going to be much smaller, so they're good for a sample if you're just doing your accent nail. But if you're trying to do all your fingers, you're going to end up using multiple ones. So, for example, I used these and used 5 of them to do all of my fingers rather than, which is ridiculous, rather than just one nail wrap. But not necessary. You can use a bottle of alcohol and cotton balls, or you can use my imaginary kitchen, which is right there. You can use vinegar. If you don't want to use alcohol, you can use that, or if you just have vinegar on hand. So prep wipes come with it too. They're they're handy if you need them, but there are other options if you don't. The other thing that came with my kit that I love is the heater. I'm not going to go into too much detail about this, but I will say it's $19. So looking at that when I was buying wraps already for $15, I was like, well, I don't really need a heater, and that's true. I don't need one, but it makes it so much easier. What I was using before was just rice bags. Actually, the host of the party that I attended made rice bags for everybody who purchased wraps at her party, which was awesome of her. And my rice bag was awesome. But anyway, it's a good application method if you don't have a heater. In my opinion, a heck of a lot easier than using a hairdryer or a flat iron or a clothes iron or whatever. But now having the heater, I'm not going back. I do keep my rice bag handy for touch-ups if I need to, if I notice anything lifting, which so far I haven't. This is day 2, so but so far I haven't. But if I did, the rice bag would be really quick to just pop in the microwave and kind of touch them up. So that's what I think of all these products. And I mean, absolutely bare minimum, all you really need is a heat source, a nail file, some type of clippers, and you can use your finger to push the cuticles back and push the nail on. But these just make that so much easier. So this is the reason that I recommend you buy this kit. It's really good stuff. So I hear Amelia. I'm going to go tend to her. You ladies have fun. Watch this video. So bye.